Hello, good morning, and welcome back to Minecraft Church. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on a little bit of a theology on Christmas trees, and just giving my opinion on them. So, without any further ado, let's get to the message here. So, a lot of people like to hate Christmas trees, and they bring up things like Jeremiah 1 verses 3 to 4, where it says, "For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold, they fasten it with nails and hammers, that it move not." And some people genuinely believe that refers to Christmas trees, or even if it doesn't refer to Christmas trees, that it can be used against them. And, well, if you go into the next verse, you read, "They are upright as the palm tree, but they speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good." And you see that he is clearly speaking about idols, and there are similar passages that speak very similarly to this effect. So I think it's clear from that it's not referring to specifically to Christmas trees, because, well, just historically speaking, that wouldn't have been something that Jeremiah would have any cause to know about, even if the Nordic peoples had much of their Yuletide traditions at that time. They would have lived thousands of miles away from Israel, where this was being written. But that all being said, there are some people that go the opposite direction with this and attempt to make Christmas trees sort of a very religious, and try to put a lot of symbolism onto them that isn't exactly biblical, and basically try and run the other direction with this. And, well, before I get to my own opinion on that, I do want to address that, because, okay. Christ gave us communion, the bread and the wine, as symbols representing something bigger. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because Christ took something that was already established in Jewish tradition and added new meaning and symbolism to it. And I have to ask, why can't other cultures have that? And if I can bring up Romans 19 through 20, "For what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them." This is referring to the Gentiles. Ever since the creation of the world, his invisible nature, namely his eternal power and deity, has been clearly perceived in the things that have been made, so they are without excuse. Now, he goes on to talk about the Gentiles' ignorance, or turning away from that, pursuing their own passions and whatnot. But the point I want to draw from that is that all cultures, I believe, have some aspect of truth and understanding of God necessarily throughout their traditions and such. And it is, of course, it's always a half-truth. There's a mixture of the truth they've had revealed through creation by God and their own interpretation and corruption of that revelation. However, there is, I believe, some truth to every tradition that should not necessarily be overlooked. So I do think it is reasonable and biblical to say that that we should perhaps try to appropriate the traditions of our respective cultures and just bring them into alignment with what we know from the Bible. And now here's where I'm going to get onto my own opinions about Christmas trees, and if you're not interested in that, then you're free to click off at this point. Personally, I just like Christmas trees. I think they have a nice, cozy, and I guess comforting sense to me. I grew up with them. I have happy memories related to them. So, personally, I like them, and I don't care if there's pagan backstories to them. I don't care if they're full of symbolism related to Christ and, the evergreen representing everlasting life that Christ brought and stuff like that. I don't care about the symbolism one way or the other. I just personally like them, and I think for me that's enough for me to say I'm gonna have a Christmas tree, But yeah, that's sort of three different views of them, and that is all I really have to say on the topic for now. So with that being said, Merry Christmas, and have a good day.